Hi everyone, welcome to Two Women Talking. I hate how I say women. Let me do it again. I'm like, woman? Like I don't know what I'm saying sometimes. Okay.
You should leave that in, actually. I love when people leave their real thing in.
Oh, blips and like that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi everyone, welcome to Two Women Talking. It's Natalie and Sarah with you. We're back from summer, we're getting back on track, and we're excited to be making more videos for you. So the purpose of Two Women Talking is to help women keep life simple. So first of all, Natalie, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'd love to. So I'm the facilitator and founder of Create a Beautiful Life. I do destination retreats where I take women and do some really powerful inner work. I'm also a mom of 3 kids, so I have a little knowledge around that game. And I just love empowering and supporting people to be their best as I figure out how to be my best. So I just love to share.
Fabulous. And she is an amazing coach. And if you want to sign up for her daily mantras, you could always go to her website, which is her name, www.nataliestratton.com. And I'm Sarah DeCiccio. I'm a certified holistic health coach. My game is gut health. I'm all about gut health because all diseases begin in the gut. So if you're not feeling your best in any way, everything starts in the gut. So I help you to heal your gut. And food sensitivities are also a specialty of mine as well. So if you would like to sign up for daily tips and tricks, check me out on my website, www.findingyourwellspot.com. So today's topic, Natalie, is one of your specialties. I create my reality, which if you say that to someone, I create my reality, what does that really mean?
Well, it really means like just what it says. I create my reality. I think people don't understand just how powerful we really are. I mean, when you think about the shift in consciousness that's happening out here on a global basis. I mean, you look at, it's almost like the darkness is like with what's going on in politics and things like that. We're seeing people feel really out of control. At least that's what I'm experiencing is when I watch, and I don't watch news, but when I do, it's kind of like, wow, it's like, holy beep. It's not pretty out there. And I think that we forget that we have choice. Maybe that's what it is so when I'm in a place of my victim, I call it, or feeling like something's acting on me, I'm not really in power of something, I'm reminded that I create my reality. So let's say I attract something that's less than desirable into my life for whatever reason. I have a choice. I can either blame something outside of myself, or I can just accept that, okay, deal with it, and here it is. Because at some level, so the premise is I'm a vibrational being. We're energy. We're all energy. That's it. Okay. So we just happen to be in these things called bodies, and we can change our states. So something Anthony Robbins, I learned from one of his workshops in Toronto is, he'd snap his finger and that was the cue to change your state. He'd get us at a higher state, get us standing up, rah, get the body going, get all of get everything engaged mentally, emotionally, physically to change your state. So that was kind of my first introduction into the whole idea of the power of what your state is. So I create my reality is a great opportunity it's kind of like Sarah, who's the girl that's
Mel Robbins.
Thank you, Mel Robbins. The rocket, I just watched her little talk, and she was saying that, they were going bankrupt, shit was happening, everything was going downhill, and she couldn't get out of bed. She kept pushing the snooze button and, drinking too much and not going to the gym and just everything. And just like this magnetic pull. So her ticket out was just to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and jump out of bed. And that was the beginning of creating some momentum in her life to make some really positive shifts. And now she talks all over the freaking world about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm like, oh, I got to figure out what my little story is and go for it. Anyways, I love it. It's a very powerful story. She communicates really well, but that's, she tapped into that she creates her own reality, basically. She figured out that she had choice and that she could do something different. And it's at 5 seconds where she outsmarted her brain, so love that. That got me thinking too about, okay, where am I? lagging, or where do I talk myself out? Where does fear step into my life and some of my choices where, I should go for a bike ride, and then in 5 seconds I've talked myself out of something like that because something's more important, like the dishes or, work or whatever. So if I pause in that moment and go, from my strategy, not her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 strategy, and I go, what's going to serve me? What's going to make me feel really good? Going for a bike ride. I need out of these 4 walls. I've been sitting here working for 2 hours. I need to go for a bike ride. And so I just up level my consciousness around the choice I have and realize I have choice. And I can almost imagine, okay, if I go down that road, what is it going to look like? If I go down that road, what's it going to look like? I intuitively know that road won't serve me, right? So that's where I think if I can just anchor in, I create my own reality first thing in the morning. So when I wake up and I'm laying in bed, I say to myself, what kind of day do I want to create? And then I start filling in the sentence with adjectives. I want a congruent day. I want to feel really whole, really congruent, really grounded. I want to serve today. I really want to be of service. I want people to call me, and I want to be able to give whatever I have to offer. So I actually imagine the feeling of the day that I want to create. And that's how I start my day, just laying in bed, Thank you, bed. Thank you for these warm blankets. Thank you for the fact that I'm healthy, and just some gratitude, and then how I'm going to create my day, and boom, I'm up, and then the day goes, all over the map. Some days not so much. So anyways, I'm rambling a little bit, but any questions?
No, I think if anyone wants to learn more about how to outsmart their brain, like the Mel Robbins story, if you even YouTube her, Mel Robbins 5-second rule,
yeah.
It's a powerful story, and I've been using it and it's been working so far. Of course, you got to stay committed to the process and that journey. But if you really want to make some big leaps and changes in your life that are going to stick, of course, you have to start somewhere. And that is a great way to just again, trick your brain. So even if you have a hard time just waking up in the morning, never mind working out, just getting, like, not hitting the snooze all the time, that 5-second rule is really going to help trick your brain into getting up, because I'm definitely not a morning person, and I'm using that to trick my brain to get up and get going and start your day. And you're going to feel so much better when you do start your day and keep your word to yourself. And that, when you were talking about changing your state, so important. When I learned that too, it was a game changer. Even as a mother with children who are having temper tantrums, like my daughter is very strong-willed, very stubborn that way. So I used to say to her, like, change your state, start jumping up and down and clapping your hands. And she used to hate it when I used to say that to her, but I would grab her hands and I just start jumping up and down with her. And then she would just start laughing, and boom, the tantrum was over. Now, I know there are times where it's not always going to work, or like they need to learn the lesson or be in there sometimes, but honestly, that's what would get her, like, would snap her out of it, out of something like you said no to whatever juice, and she was having a temper tantrum. Well, you could change your state quick enough that it wouldn't even be a big deal. And then you're not getting, like, way up here, because my temper can go woof really quickly with my kids when they're doing something so ridiculous. So it changes not only their state, but your state as well, to just deal with the situation. So yeah, even if you do Google or like YouTube Tony Robbins on changing your state, you will learn a few key things that are so simple, like literally, even if you're nervous about going to do a speech or something like that, to get out of those nerves, it's really about jumping up and down, clapping your hands, like doing something to change your state. And Mel Robbins talks about that too. When she does a speech, she feels nervous sometimes, so she'll do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gets grounded, and boom, she's ready to go.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. And just one last thought too is because your kids are young, and I wish I had known this earlier because I'm just implementing it now with my kids, is I talk about creating my own reality a lot. Like, I want them to pick that up. I want them to understand that, you know, when they're in a tough place, they can go, okay, I create my reality, and boom, they have their power back. And, you know, one sentence, and it's, you know, basically extreme ownership of your life. Is what we're talking about here. And, you know, it's just that practice of understanding, hey, I create my reality, even when things are going sideways. It just changes their ability to get back congruent, back to, you know, really that grounded place.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Anyways.
For sure. Great, Natalie. Well, great talk today. And if anyone wants to see more of our talks, you could always follow us on YouTube at Two Women Talking. Have a great day.